Alright guys, welcome back. You know what time it is. We're doing more 3 marks. Today's victim, Object 268. Just jump into it. So equipment, rammer, hardening, turbo, same logic. Shoot more faster, go more faster. Hardening I like for the track health. Extra hit points is nice, but it's really just so you don't get tracked as easily and you repair faster. In terms of shells, I went with 5, 25, and 5. Honestly, wish I had a little bit more AP because the heat can't go through objects, and the shell velocity on these is abysmal, which I'll talk about a little more. Didn't ever get lit on fire in like the 40 games I was playing to finish up the mark. And in terms of field mods, I actually didn't even finish the field mods on this thing. I started about 2. This strictly better, as we've said. Strictly better, as we've said, and then go for the extra view range because the concealment after firing isn't very important. In terms of these, I'm actually not sure what I'd go for. We got a trade of concealment for reverse speed and a trade of reload speed for top forward speed. Fortunately, I never made it there, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm still not really sure, so probably end up going with the camo and the reload time, but I didn't ever mess around with that, so that's all right. And also we have got the intuition again. I'm finding it very essential for these high pen, high alpha, high explosive tanks. I just always want to be shooting HE soft targets, so I ended up using the crew books to get this out a little bit because this crew is kind of shit before. So in terms of the 268, it's generally considered pretty shit, but it actually has very good mobility, especially with the Burbo on it. Get it up to 54 and 19 reverse speed. It has great pen and DPM. Got a 12.4 second reload on it with this loadout and the directive, and the 395 heat pen, huge. It's also got pretty good base accuracy, but the shell velocity is abysmal at 950 or so, and then 760 on the heat and the high explosive shell. So that's really frustrating. It also has very bad gun depression. They're at 5 degrees, which was definitely problematic sometimes. And then it has a very good camo. I've got like 36 with all the guys trained. And then naturally, jack shit for armor. So if a little bit of info on the tank and my equipment choices, we can just jump into some battles and get to it. Okay, to start things off, we're on Mountain Pass, tier 9 and 10 game. To this mark, I had a pretty rough start. I was trying to play it like an E3. That does not work. But with a more passive playstyle, I was having a lot more success and actually using the camo. Just struggles up close and personal because of the total lack of armor and the lack of gun depression. So we see 4K5s, Waffle 4s. I ask in chat to see if I can get some people to scout the cross. It doesn't hurt to ask because get some free damage here is always really nice. I have HE loaded. I'm really just eyeing one of those 4K5s or something. See what we see. With 90 milliliters of HE pen, we can pen the sides of a lot of stuff. So, not one guy across. I'm kind of feeling like I've already probably missed the chance, but might as well hold this angle for now. The AMX 1390 could get up here. You could light some guys here, which would be good. I really don't want to cross here. Find sitting here. Can't really sit here. I could maybe get back into here and try and snipe at these guys, but it's not really a great engagement. I see these BZs making an aggressive play, which interests me, and it really doesn't look like I'm getting anything on this cross. So intuition up, get some heat shells for the BZs. And those are the tier 9 BZs. It's not really a great tank, and heat just can go through anything. But pulling into this position, one of my biggest concerns is that tank destroys here. This is going to be a very useful position to set up on. You can snipe down into this. And I really don't want to get one shot by the 4K5s. That would make me sad. So what I really want is for the BZ to just tap the 283 and then I can just sneak in here. Yeah, that shot was terrible, but I penned, so I kind of realized this wasn't really all that smart, even though it worked out for me. So I'm going to try and reposition. Just unless the BZs do something really stupid, there's not going to be a way to get more damage, and they are probably extra scared of you now. So in terms of plays, I never play over here. I could try and go up into here. I might be able to spot these guys. I might take 1800 damage, or I can try and go across to here. I don't really want to get obliterated, so I'm gonna try and go down here. But this is kind of a hard fight for me to take just with this awkward tank. Looking at it now, they've got a lot of stuff that's not spotted, and it looks like the standard B might be the only guy hanging out here. Might as well take that shot. Does not connect, but whatever. Doesn't hurt to take it. And I kind of realized, yeah, going into this chieftain with the 4K5s, again, having an angle right down here, seems really stupid. His AMX 30, though, I should be able to have a shot on him. He is HE pennable if I can hit him in the right spot. A lot of tank Stark, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm kind of expecting that the waffles and the 4K5s could be up here, and those are definitely my prime targets right now. These VZs, I'm kind of want to get shots on them, but I think they're still up, and it kind of forces you to go really far out to ever get shots on them, if you even can get shots on them. So just keep aiming at the AMX-30. He's likely to pop out again. And there we see the leopard. We got the leopards up there. Not 114. And yeah, there we go. At this point, I have to kind of push in. I don't think the AMX-30 is going to be stupid enough to make that poke again. Now, he definitely might be, but that's alright. And, you know, always seeing that Waffle 4. And as I said, it's about 94% of the mark starting this battle. So if I can get up onto this ridge, I might be able to get a shot on the Waffle 4. It's definitely very risky though, because there could be a 4K5 shooting there. So we've identified both the 4K5s. So I won't get one shot by either of them. This is wishful thinking on my part. I'm not going to be able to make that angle with this tank. In other tanks, you can definitely play this position and get cheeky shots on the side of these guys. Or if I had any view range to speak of, I think I've got like 400. It's very bad on this tank because I don't even have recon. So I could spot this. So I overextend. I'm like, I just really want the shot. That was a kind of bad shot. I thought he was facing a different direction. Whatever. Get a little bit of spotting. The problem here is I just can't really be all that aggressive. Okay, that was just take a snapshot. I can't really be all that aggressive because I could just easily get obliterated here. So, waiting, just hoping my teammates will do something on this flank before we kind of lose everything. I'm hoping to light the leopards or that they'll shoot at me and I'll be able to get a blind shot. It's a little bit risky, but that's alright. Yeah, HE pays off with that Waffle 4, who's been hiding there a while, I guess. I just want to get safe from the 4K5, really. That leopard seems very likely to poke, so just try and hold an angle for when he pops out. I'm thinking I might be able to get a shot on the 4K5. 4K5 turret is huge, so don't quite get the shot on the MX-30. The 4K5 turret is huge, so I'm gonna be able to see him a lot before he sees me. So I don't feel terrible about poking this. I'm just gonna hold the angle and wait for him to pop out so I can get a nice 1100 damage HE hit. We got about 3200. We need about the requirements for the 268 right now is about 3900 on the 3 mark. All right, and yeah, just barely miss it. I should have had a shot there, but it's whatever. Still eyeing this Leo. I don't really want HE loaded now, so I switch back to heat. Really, AP is gonna have the same stuff. Now I should have hit that shot, but he went dark just the wrong moment, so I went flying over him. I don't know why he's being so passive here, considering he can probably camo snipe me pretty effectively. But right now I'm just gonna get the angle lined up so that when he pokes, I always have an instant shot on him. Because even if it hits me here, I can just click and then he's not gonna have time to back up before the shell can hit him. And there's no action really happening. The E3 is pushing on the leopards, but okay, there we go. So now that leopard has no hit points left, and I really don't want to deal with him. And fortunately, he's dead. I don't expect that Leo to poke. He has not been being very aggressive, but I still can't aggro the 4005. I just need to wait for him to fire, and then I can get in here and do something. I waited a little bit long to fire that shot, but that's alright. Alright, and the 4K5 shot his shot, so we're basically this is all the damage we're getting. Might be able to get something on the BZ or the standard B. The BZ I might be able to get. The standard B is clearly too far away. And okay, BZ's dead. Standard B is about to die, so we'll just move on to the next battle. That puts us up. Must put us up about. That put us up about 0.25%, which I don't think is accurate, since I think the next battle I'm actually at 93.8. I didn't have everything played right, so 93.8 going to the next battle. Alright, Himmel's always good. I definitely like the city maps. Tier 8, 9, and 10 which this thing can absolutely demolish tier 8s naturally and get lots of nice HE pens on them. So I've got two places that I generally play on this map are in slower tanks. I like to go to kind of here, look down from both sides, and then on faster tanks I like to go take the hill. Even on encounter, I rarely find myself actually playing the cap, as I make fun of, yeah, this guy. So once we get up to the hill, there's a couple angles we can play. I usually do not play this angle, but you can kind of get shots into here. You can rush up here. My gun depression is terrible, so playing this is kind of awkward unless you have a full turret and decent gun depression. And then we can kind of get into this area, and you can sometimes get shots down into here, or shots into here if they cross. So we're just going to go up. We're not going to be too aggressive to start, because while we're waiting for these guys, and kind of just making sure that everybody's deployed and not too weird of a way. My first thought is somebody going to poke here, and then I don't see anybody poking there, so I'm going to start working on an angle here. Now, I tunnel vision to the SC-130, which is clearly a problem that I have, and just kind of completely dick this up. If I had better gun depression, I'd be able to get a shot on him. And now I'm looking like at the Patriot. It's just really just, what the fuck is this? That was absolutely abysmal, and I lose 900 hit points off the bat for that. Which, the only thing to be learned here is that the 268 mark is really fucking easy, apparently, because still doing shit like this at 93.8% of the mark. And spoiler, we are gonna get it in the next like five games, because this is, or however long this video is. So this 50B, I'd like to get a shot on. If I have better gun depression, again, there's that this kind of area right here that you can kind of use to get shots down. So that's really what I'm hoping for. And even so, these are tier 8, so I can really abuse them. I mean, it's like, that's really annoying for me that I missed that shot, but like realistically, you know, they're fucking puppies. They have no idea what you're doing, and you just can't expect them to pay that much attention to you when you're trying to move forward and get a quick shot off like that. So I'm trying to hold this angle on this 50B. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this 50B is a good player. Yeah, you can crack. Okay, so he's not gonna make that. He didn't make that poke, but he does end up getting shot in the ass here and then making a. Well, you'll see. I'll be able to just kind of get that shot off, a little bit lucky, but that's 800 damage for us. Now, this is awkward. They have more stuff than us on the hill, and honestly, at this point, it's kind of hard to say. I think I probably should be just getting into a retreat position, so I can get, if I get down to here, I can get one more shot off as I come down, and then I can move back to here and get a second shot off, and then there'll be another like 1500 damage. Against Sturves, I kind of need to aim in because I don't have a shot on his lower hull. And, you know, okay, that's a decent trade, 700 for 400 when we're kind of close to getting overrun. This area that I'm in right now is very bad for a 268 because I just completely lack the gun depression to get shots down if I get backed off at all. And so I'm able to get that shot off, which is nice. Now the mistake that I make here is basically backing off. I kind of feel like I need to do that because I don't have the hit points, but now I can't get the shot load off the end yet. So this Lorraine just, there goes my 750 damage there. Can't get a shot on the T49. And now trying to move at this angle is just, this is like really the 268 bad gun depression in action. It's really like, okay, do I face the M103? He's still fighting somebody. I've just got to hope that these guys poke quick enough that I can get another shot off and I don't lose too much on my mark. Alright, Super Conk on my ass is dead. Don't get the angle. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm fucked. And so that brings us down about 0.5%, down to 93.3%. Yeah, don't do what I did in this battle. Definitely, if it's retreated at the perfect time, I might have been able to do something. If I'd been down here, I actually might have been able to get shots into here. Not really in love with my play of that battle, but we'll just move on to the next one. Alright, so 93.3% on the mark. We're off to Abbey. 9s and 10s. And again, I'd like to just scan this, take a look at what tanks we've got coming up. My two kind of plays on here are sometimes go here, look for shots in the middle. Unfortunately, I just don't have a lot of great luck with that. If you can kind of line it up, you can get a nice shot, but usually the lights are kind of quick to sneak in. This time, I'm going to be just going to this position, just holding this angle, because I'm pretty quick, and I can get there before any of the heavies should be able to. Never really play this line. And so we see like Cran, I can go for the turret of that, 279, I can go for the hull of that, Type 5, E5. So all these are looking like kind of good targets. Definitely just good to see heavies. And then I take a look at the map deployment. We got a couple guys mid, a couple guys on the offside, a couple guys over here. So this is looking like a pretty reasonable deployment, so I don't need to start running just yet. So we're able to get here kind of quick. You can see the awkward gun depression actually. Then I have to kind of pull up a little bit farther to get the shot off. And so I'm holding this angle over here. Okay, now I'm not. But holding this angle over here, just in case something tries to zoom across quickly. And then you can just kind of just click and get the shot without having to aim at all. Now I'm seeing the 257 and the E5 kind of come up. My frustration here is I know that there's a good chance that I take a hit here just because of how like boxy the 268 is and how you're kind of just not able to get out of the way quickly because just of how huge you are. I had a little bit of green right there. I'm just probably should have taken a shot, but that's all right. All right, we get a free shot on a 257 because he makes a bad poke. Now we're just gonna reload, wait for everybody to kind of fire, and then we'll just get into position again. And I do this a little bit early because I think that I'm going to be able to reload the E5. Unfortunately, the timing of that was kind of bad. I should have waited until I was going to have time to fully aim in as well, or at least get most of the way aimed in, which is why I whipped the shot. So just reset, wait for them to take their shots again, and then I'll hold the angle again. And I only kind of got 3, so it's going to be awkward for them to all fire at the same time, but still, same strategy, just looking for that hole. Actually, just an observation. If I was over here, I could be having a field day on this Type 5 when he got lit. Maybe getting shots into the 771. But that's alright. Now, the problem here is that if these guys overpush, I'm going to just get slapped on. So I kind of want to start backing up. Now, the other thing is that I noticed that these guys are pushing here. So, yeah, backing up to that right about here, then they're not going to be able to go for you. They're going to have to go for these guys here first, and that's going to give you a lot of time to get lots of shots. But the problem is that we're pushing this side, so I kind of expect that the E5... Okay, so we already see that the E5 is flexed over. We see that the 257 is flexed over. All right, 279 is taking a shot. We got 1208, so he's going to be reloaded in about 8 seconds. So... And okay, I'm just out of there in time. And so we'll just wait for that guy to fire again, and then take the angle again. Okay, or I'll... Yeah, that was a dumb play. There's like a 30% chance I got the shot, but he should pet me every time, so it's whatever. And we are winning, which kind of worries me, but we're probably not going to win this flank, and that Wheezy's probably toast. So I pull in. I'm hoping to get a shot on the Kranvagn. I think I had the opportunity here with the 279 pulling down the 257 over here. I should be able to get in here unlit, and I'm got my finger on that 3 key. I know I can pen the back on the sides of the Kranvagn with the HE. The play that I can't even anticipate is the Kranvagn either crossing north or crossing to try and get up here, where I'd be able to let him and get a free shot into him. 257 is dropped down, and I see this. Okay, the 279 is just completely getting. He's facing the wrong direction, so I should be able to just get the free shot into him. And you do get that shot. I'm not going to get another shot, so I just start backing off. But we know that we've got a Conway here now that has an angle on us. With the small, taking note of that he's got the small gun. And I'm just going to reposition, try and get shots on the back of the Kran if he starts popping up. Now, I don't know if it already happened, but I saw a tree kind of going down, so I anticipate that he has been moving more towards the north. Given that I have really good camo and I'm in this bush, I expect that the Kran I will outspot the Kran pretty handily. So I'm trying to get... My thought is to get an angle on the Conway. 257 pops up. A little bit lucky, but get that shot off. Get a little bit of spotting. So that puts it about 3,400. And as I said, the requirements are about 3,900. So if I can get one more shot off, get a little bit more spotting, then I'll be solid. Alright, let me see the Kran kind of moving up. Now I had time, I could have switched to HE here, but I just take the shot. Take the guaranteed damage. So I'm a bit antsy here as we've got guys crossing this way. Especially the Kran, he's gonna show up. He's probably gonna show up here to try and get shots on these guys. I don't think I'll have a shot on him. I can dump down, or I can hold the angle, hoping that the Conway is still here. Otherwise, those are kind of my two options, and I'm gonna need to start moving soon. And okay, yeah, I decide that we can't wait for this, and naturally the Conway pops up immediately. Although I wouldn't have had a shot on from where I was. You can drive just across this. If you fuck it up, you can drown, but it's kind of really hard to fuck up. So we got a little bit of shot on the Conway. I know he's going to be able, when he backs up, I'll be able to get that shot again. And alright, there we go. So now in my mind, the only play is we got to get to this Grand Wagon before he gets killed. I don't think I'll be able to get to Type 5, just there's kind of too much ground for me to cover. And yeah, he's dead. And the grill down here could be interesting, but I mean, if the Leopard and the Eskonic play optimally, he should be toast, so. That was a bad shot. It was a little bit unlucky. And I get tracking, but the tracking doesn't count because I've already got the assist. I get like another 100 points, but just remember when you're 3 marking that the assistance, you only get the higher of spotting and tracking, so that was not particularly useful. Alright. This is a bit of an awkward angle, but I know that I can get a shot on him if I just position just correctly. I've got HE loaded, always. Nothing wrong with that shot, just unlucky. Alright, and so that puts it up to about 93.7%. On to the next one. Alright, so we're loading to steps with a 8, 9, and 10 game. I guess matchmaking has been treating me fairly kind today. Anyways, on steps, I almost universally play the east side. It does depend a little bit on the mode, but for standard, always playing the east side. Some positions that I like to go are in these bushes up here. You can kind of get shots onto the light tank perhaps, or get shots onto these guys across if they get lit. You can also go up to these bushes here. You can set up, you can knock the trees down, you can get a lot of camo. And with my 30 or whatever, 35% camo, I've got plenty of camo. And you can get shot into here on the cross. You can get, unfortunately they're out of render, but you can get blind shots onto these guys if you line them up properly. Sometimes guys poke up here. And you're totally free to kind of move up whenever you want. It should be a very safe position. Which is, especially in the 268, I find definitely want to, when you have valuable safe positions, you definitely want to take those rather than trying to get aggressive at the beginning of the fight. So I'm lining this up with HE. I think I could pen the side of an AMX M454. A lot of those tier 8s I can definitely pen the side of with HE, so that's what I've got lined up. And I don't pen. If I had AP or heat loaded, then that would have done another 400 damage, so that's a misplay. But that actually is definitely a misplay. I should be loading, I would say, load AP for the shell velocity on a 268 when you're looking at this crossing. I notice the tree down, line it up, take the shot. That is a hit on, I think it's one of the Sturves is up there. Alright, I don't know what this 5120 is doing. I mean, if you say so. Okay, 800 damage. Not gonna complain. So we've got a decent brawl going down here. I expect that my guys will kind of overpush and win this given enough time. On the other side, not really paying attention on the other side. Nothing too important looks like is happening there. So the 5120 has established that he's not a very good player, so I'm definitely hopeful that he'll poke again and let me get another 750 into him. T32 could overpoke, or the T832, which I think has the same turret about as the T32 anyway, and I could get a heat into him. I still have AP loaded. Kind of, you don't know what'll pop up. Kind of hard to say which shell is better, just given that we don't know what target's going to be there. The shell velocity on the heat is definitely problematic. It's going to be like another 1/10 of a second to get there, which could lose the shot. So I'm being very patient here. What I'm considering is there's a rock I think about here, which would allow me to kind of get angles into here. They'd have to poke out, or I could just get very aggressive. Okay, and this char pokes up, he spots me. I probably should have just taken that shot, but it's alright, I don't get the shot. And I was just like, HE penable. I need to do it. And there I go again, making life hard for myself by trying to go chase down this char. Now this isn't the worst play. That was a bad shot, but whatever. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I don't know why I fired that shot like that. If I had held the shot, I would have been able to kind of turn quick enough that he wouldn't be able to get out either way, and I at least would have been able to take the tank out of the game if I wasn't getting damage for it. So now that I'm dark, I take up a position. I assume this T20 Proto. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just tilted. Like, not tilted, but I know I need to get damage, and I just figure I got to get in there. All the damage is kind of is drying up. They killed all the things here. This is going to be a roll. So I might be able to get a shot on this T832. This is a very awkward position because if a T-28 Pro is here, it's just like, okay, yeah, I'm locked down. I don't know where he ended up going, or maybe he's just not spotting me. I don't recall if that shot hit. I don't think it did. Yeah, it did not. I spot a Sturv, which kind of alarms me. He must have just been unlucky, honestly, with all these bushes in the way, but whatever. Alright, get another shot off. We're getting some spotting, which is just as good as damage for me. 2,500 combined, so we need about 1,400 more to break even. BZ I can totally pen if I can get a hit on him. And he's kind of just out of the way. I take the shot anyway because I don't feel like I'm getting another target. And as you can see, I'm in a very awkward position. I'm getting shot from a Leo here, Proto here, and really this position sucks, but I don't feel like I had another play at this point, so that's whatever. And line up the shot, get that shot off, get another 900 or 700. And my next target, just going to get another shot on the Sturv. Got the heat loaded, I can go for the lower hole pretty easily all the time. And I've got 1,300 hit points left. I've just gotta trade those hit points. Fighting a Sturv like that, when I'm shooting at the upper part, always just gotta aim all the way in. Or your shell will just go wherever it wants. It's not the biggest area to aim at. So now we got the T-32, the Leo. This guy, yeah, I assume is dead because he's dead. Leo decides to dump down. I think I track him. I have no idea how that tracked him. It looked like him in the engine deck. Whatever. This extra 600 is worth nothing to me, unfortunately. Would have been better if I hadn't tracked him because I would get on some spotting. And I get another 100 spotting on that. So that puts me about 4,500. So I think that brings us from 93.7 to 94.1. On to the next one. Alright, so after that game, I had to go play some hockey. And now we're back at it at 94.1 to see if we can finish this markup. So we find ourselves on Murrow, all tier 10s. Got 2 already, which is annoying. See an RHM. So scouts kind of crest this ridge. Usually the first time they're pretty stupid, and you can sometimes get a free shot on them. So my thoughts are, yeah, we're gonna get that HEI. Don't you worry. We're gonna line up about here. Maybe we'll be able to get a shot on the RHM, get a nice 1,100 damage hit to start. In terms of areas to play, they've reworked this map, so this area is a bit different. On this side, I used to like to go right here. It's still actually decent, but it's a little bit more complicated to play now. It's not just sit and shoot. For now, I decided that I want to go forest and just kind of snipe at whatever shows up in the forest. Seems like the safest play. I noticed that we've got a pretty traditional split, not like we're all going one way. I need to work on where I poke up with this, or if I was in a faster tank, I might have been able to get a shot, or if you just done a kind of different run. So I get nothing on the RHM the way he pokes up. So I don't feel bad about that, but it would have been nice, but I don't think it's like I did any colossal fuck up. So switch back to heat because most of the other things aren't HE penable. EVDM would be nice to get a shot on. The terrain here though is kind of like a ridge, so I don't expect to get this shot, but I'm just gonna hold it because maybe a bit of his turret pucks up and I'm able to get a shot on him. I'm noticing a couple tanks popping up here. We got the E50M being pretty passive here. And I'm just waiting for if anything else shows up. I'm thinking, okay, 5 tanks over here. Gonna get moving pretty soon. As I've mentioned, the gun depression on this is terrible, armor's terrible, so playing this ridge area would be pretty tough. But it looks like we're getting pretty aggressive here, so I think I can move up. I'm just wondering if the Avanti's going to spot anything that I can knock out real quick. Alright, so we're not seeing anything, and this fight looks to be happening, so we can't sit here forever. So I'm going to start moving in. Definitely very much a judgment call, but the chances that there was something in here is pretty low, so I don't think this is a pretty safe move to move up. Hoping, Manti, I'm hoping that the Manti will kind of start scouting in here, maybe like the E50M, maybe maybe I can get a turret shot on the VZ with the 395 pen. I expect that the E50M could still be in here. Thinking back, I don't know exactly where he could be hiding. He could be off this building. Just doing a little poke up and then kind of retreating, see if I get spotted, so I can get some information on where the enemies might be. Alright, E50M's up, that means he's not close. I got, what, 4 tanks unspotted? Alright, so we're going to line up the E50M. It's a bit awkward. It'd be nice actually to have the AP loaded there. but he kind of, I think he runs into the red line, slows down, and I'm able to get a shot on him. And that's pretty good. There's a little rock back here that I think he's trying to hide behind, but I've got good enough camo. It doesn't look like there's anything near me. I can take my time, line up the shot. Alright, a bit patient with the aiming, get the shot off. And I think I can stay camoed up here totally, so I'm just going to take whatever damage I think is the easiest, and this VZ looks like a slightly easier shot. I think the shot went high. Having the bad shell velocity definitely makes it harder to aim those. Totally could have killed that guy. So I'm lining up this guy. Even if he goes dark, he can't move very quickly, and I'll get a nice fire out of it. So yeah, so even if the serve goes dark, I can just keep the shot lined up, and the chances that he gets out of the way are not very high. Alright, someone else gets a kill, but I got 1400 out of that. 1450, which is huge. If I get a shot on the side of that melee, that would have been a kill. I don't, whatever. So I might as well rush this Lero, or see if I can get a shot on him if he pokes out. Take the time, and okay, there we go. So they got 8 tanks left. It says 13,000, so I expect that I should be able to get a little bit more damage in here. Probably just kind of cut around here. I don't think that he's here anymore, so let them anti-light, and I'm hoping to get shots on the 50M and do like here. Maybe I'll get shots on the 4K5, the 121B. But I really just kind of want to rush in, get some more shots off. See the 4K5, load the HE. I do have a shot on him, but never lucky. And even though this is kind of looking rough on getting any more damage, we got the Sturv, the UDES, and the CGC back here somewhere. Just gonna rush in and see if I can get anything. Sturv's toast. Maybe I can get some on the UDES. And the shot just goes into nowhere. Alright, so we're down to 93.9 now. Alright, so we're about 93.9%, which means that with about an 8,000 combined damage game, I could finish it. We got 8s, 9s, and 10s, never bad. Actually, the map that I finished up, I think the E3 throw mark on. So my thoughts are, I want to go into here really quick. I should be able to get a cross shot on anything over here, and then I can kind of hold this angle, look at any tanks that are coming down this, or move out after that. And I kind of tend to play these area. I never would. This is kind of too passive. I don't. You basically are relying on them over pushing here, but poorly, so that you get free damage. So I would never really hang out there, and don't really like hanging out there. Sometimes this can be good if I have some spotting capabilities, but I do not. So we're not going to do that. And looking at this, all looking like pretty good targets. So this feels like a safe enough position that I can take a shot and then get out of the way without being completely trapped here. So I'm just gonna hang out here, wait. Alright, I get impatient. Nothing showing up yet. Maybe I can get a shot on this V4. So the V4 is kind of on the part of a house, so I don't actually know exactly how I spotted him there. This must have been like his gun stuck up, but I'm not gonna get a shot on him unless he kind of pulls out more. So I'm holding the angle, expecting that another tank might pop out. And I'm figuring that anything is already crossed here, or isn't going to cross. Alright, missed the pattern. That's annoying. And it's extra annoying because that means that this is no longer safe for me to just hold this angle until the pattern is dealt with. And Artie might be shooting at me. Okay. IS-3A variant shows up, and I'm just going to hold the angle because 395 pattern, if I can get the shot off, nice. Alright, and then I get a bunch of spotting on this, and this is actually kind of how the same thing as how the E3 game played out, where I'm getting some free spotting. And if I can get spotting, you know, it counts. It's for the mark. So that's 1,500. I'm very happy to make that trade for 400 HP. But now he's almost dead, so I don't really care about him. Seeing the TA-32, we've got him kind of in there's like a nook position that he can't really get aggressive on me too easily. You got the AMX here, lots of juicy hit points. I don't really have an angle on this Leo, which is unfortunate. I might be able to kind of thread one through there, but really I think I'd have to pull up farther to start getting an angle on. And I'm seeing this pattern. I wonder if I can get a shot on him through the window. And actually, that shot him, I think, hit him in the gun. There's really nothing wrong with that. That was actually a pretty quick play, accurate shot, but yeah, just hit him in the gun. If I had AP loaded, that actually probably would have penned, but Heat was pretty likely to pen as well. And then we get the 500, so it's not even bad. And this V4 making a kind of suicidal play. I can hop over this berm and get a nice shot on him. You know, might as well. It's a definitely risky play, but he doesn't care, so we're able to get a nice shot into him. The front part of a V4, if you there's kind of two parts to that side model. The front part is actually very strong, but 395 he can kind of go through that. And then I'm like, okay, this is now not a situation I really want to be in. Line up the shot, get another one, and he just barely escapes, and I'm taking a shot from the 122 TM. Although it has a very bad reload, so I know that I can kind of hold this angle a little bit longer, let him poke out. And alright, we got all the hit points out of him. He's got 100 hit points left. He's somebody else's problem now. That's fine. Let's get back to safety. And I see this Renegade coming. It's like, crap. Okay, we got time to line up the shot though, so we're fine. Alright, nice 750 damage, and I just want to get safe so that I can get another shot, or I can tank a shot and then kill him. And it's putting us about 4,000 combined. And the transfer's a little awkward, so it just kind of fucks me up. Alright, let's see if we can kill the Renegade. I don't really care if I take a shot. Alright, another 600 for the coffers. So this game is looking great, pretty even, pretty stagnant. I don't really want to deal with this V4, but if the AT-15 pokes or the AMX starts poking on the other side, or I can single out this TA-32, all of that would be great. I'm thinking about, I want to just kind of go and shoot this TA-32, but these guys could pose a problem. Okay, AT-15, he does 230 alpha. This is the dream. If I can just trade with him, it's fucking great. All right, and he, I guess, doesn't think that I can shoot him here. I tell him otherwise. That's fine, and kind of considering once I can, I'll just push over, get the kill, and if I take a shot from the TA-32, whatever. Alright, easy. So, the TA-32 has a hard time getting a shot on me, especially with that Caliban harassing him. So now I'm thinking, okay, I can go for this AMX. If I can bait a shot, I have a like 12.4 second reload. He's got a 10 second reload, depends on the gun. But I can probably get 2 or 3 shots into him and fully kill him. I'm just trying to kind of get the track out there, get a little bit of the hole, but not enough that he can get an easy pen on me. At extreme angles, it is possible for him to bounce me, although not likely. It'd also be good if the AMBT got farther up and then could start shooting him in the ass, but not much likely. Alright. And he takes a bad shot. I get my 700 in it. And I push up here, basically, I just don't want him to be able to get around me. And I kind of put my gun through his gun. Mostly that's just so that he can't, so he thinks that I'm aiming up there, so that he tries to gun block me. And the only unfortunate thing is I'm at a little bit of an awkward angle that 122 TM gets that shot in. And unfortunately, I die there. But the thing that I didn't realize is that was actually enough for the 3 mark. So even though this was this was actually enough to get from about 93.9 to 95, I don't think I had any blind damage, so I think that about 7,500 was just enough to put me over the threshold. Alright, well that's enough of that piece of shit. 3 mark done. Back to the back of the garage. I definitely had some pretty bad games in this thing. I didn't really love my performance overall, but the recs are so low that I picked up I think like 3 or 4 aces, dozens of first classes, and really just kind of zoomed through the mark. I started yesterday about 85%, played 38 games to finish it up. And for that session, for yesterday, I had about 4,000 average damage. For the 57 games I played in the last like maybe a week or so, 3,800 damage. Now the mark is 3,900. So when I'm doing 4,000 average damage in the last 40 games, it's just like a guarantee. Even with those bad games, it's kind of like this mark was just gonna happen whether the tank liked it or not. So yeah, yeah, that's enough of that. See you guys. Oh, I did realize I said I was going to actually show you guys the 3 marks that I've done so far. So if we take a look at my overalls, 3 marks, and set it to tier 10, these are the 21 3 marks that I currently have. And done those mostly done them kind of in sessions where I'm just like, I really want to 3 mark some stuff and just kind of do a bunch. And these are by recents, so this is the level that I play at to do these 3 marks with this difficulty. And yeah, okay, so that's actually it. See you boys.